How did a small northern kingdom come to dominate the battlefields of Greece and Asia? The answer lies in a revolutionary military system forged by Philip II, the Macedonian Phalanx. More than just infantry, it was a combined arms masterpiece centered on the fearsome, long-speared Phalanx and the elite companion Cavalry. This is the anatomy of an ancient war machine. In our previous episode, we saw Philip II rescue Macedon from the brink of collapse and begin its transformation into a formidable power. Central to this transformation was his radical overhaul of the Macedonian military. Before Philip, Macedonian armies, while brave, were often ill-disciplined and inconsistently equipped, relying more on the valor of individual nobles than on cohesive tactical formations. Philip, drawing on his observations in Thebes and his own innate military genius, created a war machine that would prove virtually unstoppable for decades: the Macedonian Phalanx and its supporting arms. The traditional Greek way of war revolved around the hoplite phalanx. Hoplites were citizen soldiers, heavily armored infantrymen carrying a large round shield, aspis, or hoplon, and a shorter thrusting spear dory, typically around 8 feet long. They fought in dense formations, relying on a shield wall and a collective push. While effective, this system had limitations. It was relatively inflexible, struggled on broken ground, and its effectiveness depended heavily on the discipline and training of citizen levies, which could vary greatly. Philip recognized these limitations and sought to create something superior. The core of his new army was the infantrymen of the Macedonian Phalanx, the petsateros or foot companion. These were recruited not just from the nobility, but increasingly from the Macedonian peasantry, creating a truly national army loyal to the king. Philip armed his pezzateroi with a revolutionary weapon, the sarissa. This was a two-handed pike, typically 13 to 21 feet long, made from tough cornel wood, with a sharp iron head and a bronze butt spike. The length of the sarissa was its defining feature. When the phalanx was arrayed for battle, typically 16 ranks deep, the sarissus of the first 5 ranks projected beyond the front line, creating an incredibly dense and deadly hedge of spear points. An enemy attacking this formation faced multiple spear tips simultaneously, making it nearly impossible to close with the front-rank Macedonians. The rear ranks held their sarissus at an upward angle, offering some protection from missiles, and their presence added weight and impetus to the phalanx's advance or defense. Each man carried a smaller shield, the pelta, slung on his left shoulder or neck, as both hands were needed to wield the sarissa. They also wore helmets and often greaves, with a linothorax or cuirass for body armor, though this varied. This new phalanx was more than just longer spears. Philip drilled his men relentlessly, turning them into hardened professionals. They learned to maneuver in complex formations, to advance steadily over varied terrain, and to maintain cohesion under pressure. This discipline made the Macedonian phalanx far more adaptable than its southern Greek counterparts. But Philip understood that infantry alone, however formidable, could not win battles decisively. His true genius lay in his development of combined arms tactics, the integrated use of different types of troops. Alongside the pezzateroi, he cultivated an elite corps of infantry known as the hypaspists or shield bearers,